Okay, let's talk about mutuality with verbs, okay? And only with verbs, right? Mutuality is expressed with magka and nagka. And for those of you who don't know, maka and naka are the parallels to them. So maka and naka is the parallel. We already talked about what maka and naka is, so their parallel meanings are implied to magka and nagka. But magka and nagka, they are a specific type of maka and naka, right? So maka is a specific type of maka, and nagka is a specific type of naka. So we are going to go discuss what they are and what mutuality is and how it differs from reciprocality. So like reciprocality, right? Certain verbs, again, these certain verbs or certain words in general just take certain affixes. So magka and nagka are those kinds of prefixes or affixes that only attach to certain words, particularly certain verbs, because of the, again, mutuality. So, what is mutuality? Well, before we begin or start with mutuality, let's go through these first two blues, okay? Verbs with mutual actions referred. So, you can only use magka and nagka when there are referred mutual actions with the verbs, all right? And these verbs have to they have to explain, or I guess not explain, but they have to show that a mutual action can happen, right? So that's why there are only specific kinds of verbs that express mutual actions are able to happen with that verb. And lastly, it's the ability to do, make, manage, happen to one another mutually, right? So it's the ability to do, manage, or happen to one another mutually. Let's talk about ability first, why it's underlined. Well, earlier I said that magka and nagka are the parallels of maka and naka, and as we know, maka and naka are the abilitatives, right? So magka and nagka can show that has to show that abilitative role, like the ability to do it, right? To do, manage, happen, right? So happen to one another mutually, right? And this is what I mean by mutuality of what it is and how verbs show mutuality. Mutuality is different from reciprocality in the fact that mutuality, no one is benefiting or getting harmed. Everyone is just having that same reason, the same reason that they can do something or the same reason that they can't do something. Person A, person B, person C can all do the same thing as person 1, person 2, person 3 without any one of them benefiting or getting harmed in one another. Everything is just mutual. Everything is just happening in a coincidence, coincidentally, and everything wasn't planned. It wasn't it wasn't done on purpose. It was just casually and just coincidentally. Okay, and then the example sentences will show that, right? So the first one we have is di tang tanan magkasakay. Walo tang tanan lang. So walo ta tanan lang. Di tang tanan magkasakay. And it's explaining to the fact that magkasakay, we all can't ride at the same time, right? And it's probably because we all have that same reason. Maybe the Jeep was broken, maybe there's just too much of us to ride. We all can't do it at the same time. We all can't ride at the same time. It expresses ability, so I can say, yeah, we have the ability to go ride, right? But at the same time, since it's also plural, right, because mutuality, it's more than one person that's benefiting, right? um it has it often it Magsaka is one of those verbs that can express mutuality, right? Because you can ride with other people, boom, and these other people might have that same reason of, oh well, we all just came in here coincidentally all of a sudden probably, and yeah, now we're just here all at the same time and now we can't ride, right? It has that implied meaning of mutuality, right? No one is being harmed, no one is benefiting. Second sentence, kalit bitaw sila nagkaabot sa tunga-tunga. Right? Oh, okay, so suddenly this happened, right? Nagkaabot sila sa tunga-tunga. They met, right? So they just met there. And they probably just ran into each other casually, maybe on accident or something like that. This wasn't done on purpose. It wasn't done with intention. It wasn't planned. They just They just met there. All right, they just saw each other there and met up, and it was just an accident, right? No one again benefited or was harmed or hurt or anything like that. It was just unplanned. It just happened, and they had the ability to do it, right? It was habilitated because the action had the ability to make it happen, right? Mutually. Okay, nagkaabot sila, di ba? And lastly, basig magkakita ganing imong kabit ug asawa, muunsa na. So, again, right? What if they did meet, right? What if they did see each other? And if they did see each other, it wouldn't be on accident. It wasn't planned. Well, I guess it could be on accident, but it wasn't planned, definitely, and it was not within the intention of the wife, right? I'm pretty sure the wife definitely has no intentions to see her, so definitely, it is a feeling of mutual. So if they did both meet, if both of those two did meet, it would be coincidental. It was just mutual. No one was harmed. No one was benefiting from the action. It just happened naturally. It was just a natural thing that just happened coincidentally in the universe. Okay? And that's what we can express mutuality with. Again, mutuality differs, right? Mutuality differs from reciprocality in that reciprocality, the agent does something to the object, whereas the object does something back to the agent at the same time. Mutuality is no one gets benefited or hurt, okay? It's just a parallel action that just happened. So hopefully that clears up with mutuality and verbs.